Yikes, man. Is that what Democrats are going for? Holy smokes. Look, this is what they're going for. They're praising the murder of that CEO. This is what they're going for.
Yep.
He went on to say that America deserved 9/11, saying before later walking it back, saying it was inappropriate. However, in another stream this year, he joked about 9/11 again, saying, oh my God, 9/11-2 is going to be so sick, and give Saudi Arabia a nuke so they can do 9/11-2. Wow, that's, geez.
Tim Pool is calling out Hasan Piker, who, if you don't know, is a very unhinged leftist streamer, the most unhinged streamer probably out there, especially with the audience of his size. The guy, you know, and I'm no fan of the war in the Middle East. I don't think we should be involved in it. I don't really have a stake in who wins and who loses. I hope they both lose, to be honest with you. But Hasan Piker has gone as far as to say he supports Hamas. And I'm not joking about that. He said that once, doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on that stance. Absolutely insane. And it's funny because he will call for the banning of people like Tim Pool. People like Destiny will call for the banning of people like Tim Pool. And nobody calls for the banning of Hasan. I don't think he should be banned. I'm just saying I think it's pretty ironic. I think it's pretty hypocritical to call for the banning of people like Tim Pool when you say things like Hasan Piker says. Let's get into this clip, though, where Tim Pool tears this woke idiot Hasan Piker to absolute shreds.
And so it begins. Democrats now calling for more cultural dominance, praising Hasan Piker, saying we must support individuals like this. Now, Fox News ain't pulling any punches. They say top Harris aide hypes radical activist who said America deserved 9/11 while plotting future for Dems. House Democrat called Hasan Piker a poster child for the post-October 7th outbreak of anti-Semitism in America earlier this year. Me, oh my. Well, basically what we're seeing right now is Democrats recognizing that they've lost cultural control. The corporate press is no longer what it used to be. And as I've been warning, especially in the previous video, the big players, Disney, Comcast, you name it, they are going to dump money in this space, and they will make sure that these voices rise to the top. Now, I don't believe Hasan Piker is in the path of that trampling that is underway because he's too, I don't know, anti-Israel, I guess. Now, I think if you are going to play up, like look at Twitch and the adpocalypse where he is. Many people are blaming him for this. Advertisers don't want to touch things where they're going to get accused of any isms. Let's roll, baby. The left is going to say they're defending Israel. The right, well, a lot of people on the right are going to say they're defending Israel too. Let me put it this way. Corporations don't care if it's Israel or black people or gay people or otherwise. Corporations don't want shock and defense regardless of where it comes from. Now, the people who are very Israel-centric, be it for or against, are going to claim that they're the perceived victim, whatever it may be. The reason why I think Hasan Piker is not going to get chosen in this regard is because corporations are going to say he evokes too much negative attention as it pertains to offense. Now, if you're a channel that's critical of some things, maybe gay marriage, something like that, you'll probably still get some advertisers, but it's a sliding scale. You can be critical of Israel and there's no problem. Some people certainly exaggerate and say that, no, you can't, they'll come for you. It depends on what you're saying in your criticism.
I somewhat agree with Tim Pool here. I think you can, especially nowadays. I think I don't want to get too much into it, which just even mentioning the word makes me uncomfortable, which kind of goes to show you what the truth is about the whole situation. But I just don't want to go too far into it. It's just not worth it. I think recently, because there's a lot of leftist streamers out there criticizing that country, Ben Shapiro's favorite country, that it's made it more okay to do because they don't want to go against the woke streamers out there because that's kind of sacrilegious. You can't do that. But I do agree that you can criticize it in a certain way. And Hasan does not criticize it in that certain way. He goes way overboard and says, yeah, I support Hamas. I support the extremism happening from the other side onto Israel, which I don't support at all. I don't agree with at all. No rational human being out there agrees or supports that at all. But Hasan Piker does it. And he has one of the largest audiences in the political commentary space. Tim Pool is right. If I was an advertiser, there's no chance that I would want to advertise on Hasan Piker's live stream. No shot. Why would I want to do that?
Like, you know, the things Hasan Piker has said about October 7th and his stances, they go a little far. And I'm not saying it's extreme. I'm saying they go far in one direction. And for a lot of people, as it pertains to Israel, they make it their whole identity Advertisers don't want to be associated with something that's going to cost them money. So if you are talking about race issues and you're hyper-focused on crime rates of the black community, you can talk about it, nobody cares. But if it's all you talk about, advertisers are going to say no. Democrats probably won't go this direction. That's probably why Fox News is criticizing them. But they are going to go for many of these other liberal creators who I'm not going to mention because I don't want to give them any airtime on that regard. Fox News says, Harris's former deputy campaign manager, Rob Flaherty, said during a recent interview that Democrats are losing hold of culture and laid out a strategy for them to develop a whole thriving system ahead of future elections.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys a ton. Let's get back to the video.
We need a whole thriving ecosystem. It's not just Pod Save America, though I think we should have more of them. It's not just Hasan Piker. We should have more Hasan Pikers. It's also the cultural creators. The folks who are one rung out, who influence the nonpartisan audience. Those things all need to happen together. The reality is, it's not going to be big media organizations. It's going to be a network and constellation of individual personalities, because that's how people get their information now, he added. Flaherty, who previously served as the director of digital strategy for the Biden White House, is likely to face backlash for calling for more Hasan Pikers due to Piker's past controversial comments. He had previously raised more than $1 million for Palestinian aid, used his platforms with millions of followers to downplay and justify attacks such as October 7th and 9/11 as acts of resistance in recent years. Yeah, he said something nasty about 9/11. He said nasty stuff.
Yeah, we actually covered that on this channel. We covered that exact debate that Tim Pool was talking about. Not only did Hasan Piker say that America deserved 9/11 straight up, but he also went on multiple other shows afterward, was asked about, saying that America deserved 9/11 and doubled and tripled down on that one. I mean, that's wild stuff to say. There were so many innocent people that died in 9/11, regardless of if you think America deserved to have a terrorist attack enacted on them. It's completely different than the terrorist attack actually killing a ton of innocent people and then you saying that those innocent people deserve to die. The things that leftists are able to say is insane. Not only does Hasan Piker say stuff like this, he's the worst one by far, but we also have Destiny, who's getting more and more unhinged recently ever since Donald Trump won the election. I mean, Destiny's out there saying stuff like, he's making jokes about the guy, I think it was a firefighter that was in the background at the Donald Trump rally where the assassination attempt occurred and he got shot and killed. The guy had a family, he had kids, everything. And Destiny's making jokes about him, laughing at him. And he's saying, yeah, if you go to a Donald Trump rally and you get shot and killed, you deserve to be laughed at. That's insane. That's insanity. And he's just allowed to say it. And that's why there's crazy stuff happening. That's why there's all these assassination attempts occurring, because people now think that is an okay way to deal with disagreements. Because of people like Destiny and people like Hasan Piker, they're a problem. They're 100% a problem.
About Dan Crenshaw's eye, I mean, a little crass. During a 2019 live stream, Piker praised the brave effing soldier who wounded Dan Crenshaw while he was deployed in Afghanistan as a Navy SEAL, asking, didn't he go to war and literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave effing soldier, effed his eye hole with their D? Yikes, man. Is that what Democrats are going for? Holy smokes. Look, this is what they're going for. They're praising the murder of that CEO. This is what they're going for.
Yep.
He went on to say that America deserved 9/11, saying before later walking it back, saying it was inappropriate. However, in another stream this year, he joked about 9/11 again, saying, oh my God, 9/11-2 is going to be so sick, and give Saudi Arabia a nuke so they can do 9/11-2. Wow, that's, geez, dude. In another stream, Piker broadcast propaganda from the Houthis, an Iranian-backed group in Yemen. So we get it. Okay, guys, I'm not here to rag on Hasan Piker. I know people don't like him. They're going to mention that Hasan said Hamas was the lesser evil next to Israel. His Twitch streams regularly hit more than 1 million views and often have as many as 30,000 viewers at a time. We here at Timcast are rather proud of flying under the radar over and over again. For some reason, we rarely ever get mentioned. I think I'm good at hiding in this cave and not doing external press. Though I do think, our media strategy is largely that it has to change. I want to talk to you about where we're currently at and why this story is big. This is the war, my friends. The media is coming. They're praising Hasan Piker. It's exactly what I predicted. We are going to see more of this moving forward. I got a response on the comment section from.
By the way, I don't pre-watch these before, but I tweeted something out today saying really the same thing that Tim Pool just said there. his was in regards to Hasan Piker. Mine was in regards to, and Tim Pool also tweeted about this too, about somebody showed up at Nick Fuentes' house with a gun and a crossbow, obviously attempting, trying to do something to harm Nick Fuentes. And I tweeted something and I was like, this is what happens whenever people like Destiny are allowed to laugh at people who get killed in assassination attempts at Trump rallies, or, the people like Luigi who, assassinated the United Healthcare CEO. They get praised, they get celebrated. This is what happens. And I'm not saying that people like Destiny should be banned, but there should be some kind of consequence. I would think that it would come from the common sense people of America who would say, hey man, that's a little insane. I don't think I'm going to watch this guy anymore. You would think that would be the case, but it's not. So something has to be done. I don't know what the answer is. Let me know in the comments if you have an answer. This is the kind of civilization that we're heading towards, though. We're praising Hasan Piker like Tim Pool is saying. We're laughing at people who get, at the Trump rally and that whole thing happened. We're praising United Healthcare CEO assassin. And now like the stuff with Nick happening. I mean, it's happening. The civilization is breaking. I put it in my tweet. America is broken. It seems like it is. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole Tim Pool going after Hasan Piker situation. I think he's spot on. I've had my criticism about Tim Pool, obviously, but there's no doubt that he's spot on with this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this Tim Pool versus Hasan Piker situation.